Okay, hello everybody. It's Jeff Pierce, the Timeshare Expert at thetimeshareexpert.com, coming to you from my office in Cabo San Lucas. And today I want to talk about a couple things, some questions you should ask when you're placing an exchange request. And I recommend that you start your exchange request online. But that's just to start, and I do that every time I want to do an exchange, simply because it's 20 bucks or so cheaper just to do it online than to call. But you're going to want to call after you start it, okay? Because you'll get a lot farther talking live with an exchange counselor at either RCI or Interval International. So once you've got your request started and you call, the first question that you're going to ask is you're going to say, let's say you want to go to the Westin in Maui in February. Okay, you're talking with an Interval International counselor. The first question you're going to ask is, tell me, how many weeks of exchange come out of the Westin in Maui in February? Now, most people wouldn't know to ask this question, okay? And Interval International or RCI agents, they're not going to just freely volunteer that information. What you need to know about these guys is they are there to help you, but they get paid per booking, per reservation. So they're just going to try to get you, within reason into anything that they can. Well, you need to take your time, ask them that question. Let's say the counselor says, we get 10 or 15 weeks a year out of the Westin and Maui. They know exactly, by the way. Then, you've got some important information that you can make an informed decision whether or not you want to continue. But the next question, you're going to refine your question even more. You're going to ask them how many weeks come out of the Westin and Maui in a two-bedroom or one-bedroom or a studio, whatever it is you want. Well, I can guarantee you a two-bedroom, there's going to be a lot less two-bedroom inventory coming out of there than there is one-bedroom inventory. Let's say that they tell you something like, well, only three two-bedrooms come out of there. Well, again, you've got some very important information, and now you can adjust on the fly here. In that scenario, there's a lot of different ways that you can go. You could add, resorts in Maui or on Kauai or some of the other islands. I've said, well, I'll take a one-bedroom or a two-bedroom. That increases your odds enormously, if that works for you. There's all sorts of different strategies that you can do, and by the way, they're all in the Timeshare Exchange Bible. Tons of them. If you haven't gotten that, it's definitely well worth the money to spend on that, because you'll become an expert in timeshare exchange. So you've asked them, how many different size units come out. The third question you ask, it might not get answered. Okay, you're going to ask them after you've gone through all of your list of resorts. Say you have 5 or 6 different resorts, and you found out how many weeks and the size unit that comes out. Everything's ready to go, and you're going to start your pending request or ongoing search. You're going to ask them, well, tell me, what do you think my chances are that I'm going to get confirmed? Again, they may answer that or they may not. Okay, usually they've answered that question for me. Well, if you're calling in November and you want an exchange in Maui in February, they're likely to say, I don't think that's very good. Well, again, now you've got some important information. Let's use another scenario. Say you're calling in June, which is something you should do if you want a winter vacation anywhere in the tropics. Okay, and they tell you, yeah, that looks like I think you have a pretty good chance at it. Great, thank them, hang up the phone. A month goes by. If you're not confirmed, you're going to call back. You'll get a different exchange counselor. Used to be able to ask and request for the same one. I used to send this one girl flowers every time she got me confirmed 20-some years ago, and I always got best exchanges. Can't do that anymore. But anyway, so you call back a month later and you haven't been confirmed. Well, what I found, first off, that's a very simple thing to do. You've done all of the grunt work by researching which resorts, the time of year you want to be there, putting in your request. To give a simple callback is not time consuming at all. Just put it on speed dial, call up, say, I just want to check on my request. How's it going? I haven't gotten it confirmed yet. And I'm going to tell you, you'd be surprised. Many times I've been surprised when they've just pulled a rabbit out of the hat and got me exactly what I was requesting. Okay, the inventory was there because I called. It was nice. They gave it to me. And many other times they've given me something I hadn't thought of, okay, but worked just as well. So constant contact is very, very important. So the 3 questions that you ask, you guys, is 1, how many weeks come out of the resort in the time of year I want to be there? How many weeks come out of the size suite I want to be there, and what do you think my odds are? And then you're going to follow up and get suggestions from them. If you do that, those things right there, hardly any other timeshare does that kind of stuff. Then first off, you're going to establish rapport, and these people are going to work for you, okay? And that, guarantee you that will really, really help you. First off, you got knowledge, and so better knowledge to make your choices. So if you do those things, you guys, you'll have much better timeshare exchanges. If you haven't got the free checklist that's at the top of this Facebook page, get it, okay? There's some simple tips in there that will really, really help your exchange power. And if you're going to go anywhere next year in the winter in the tropics, you better have started things going. And those checklists, on the checklist, there's things that you can do immediately. So again, this is Jeff Pierce, the Timeshare Expert at the timeshareexpert.com, and talk to you soon.